Well, fellas, I never thought it would happen. If you don't know what I'm yapping about right now, about 6 whole years ago, in the year of our Lord 2020, which, yes, by the way, that was 6 years ago. 2020 was 6 years ago. But in 2020, we got a leak in Tower Defense Simulator for a concept called Evolved Towers. Basically, the concept was that golden skins were flying out the fucking window and they were being replaced by evolved towers. And the way that evolved towers worked is basically that you would have a tower like the minigunner, for example, and you would be able to spend a ridiculous, absurd amount of gems in order to be able to buy an evolved version of the minigunner tower that would be called the Juggernaut. And the Juggernaut would basically be like a super OP, Giga, Mega, Turbo, Ultra fucking version of the regular minigunner. And it would do like 500 billion times more damage than the regular minigunner. And it would be OP and you would shit your pants as soon as you placed it down. It would be so awesome and so cool. And the developers of TDS teased this concept of evolved towers a couple of times in 2020. They first teased the Juggernaut, I believe, then they teased the Operator, which was like the evolved version of the Scout Tower, then they teased the Kingpin, which was the evolved version of the Crook Boss Tower. But then after that, after they were done with their first little batch of leaks, we never heard about evolved towers ever again. It was complete radio fucking silence, and after a few years, everyone pretty much accepted that evolved towers were scrapped. And we just kind of used to sit around as TDS players telling each other spooky stories around the campfire about how the Evolved Towers are cancelled and they're never fucking coming to the game. Or, well, that was at least until today, because even though this video is probably gonna come out a couple days after the announcement, today, at the time of recording this video, the developers of TDS have made an announcement, and they basically said, surprise fuckers, Evolved Towers are actually secretly coming to TDS, and there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, y'all know how TDS developers, like, recently have been leaking this massive, giant, hardcore mode rework and whatnot? Well, for me personally, that was all fine and dandy, you know. The hardcore mode is a pretty outdated mode in the game at this point, and it's really, really easy to complete, and it's not really a challenge anymore. And, I don't know, the game mode became kind of lame, which was pretty bad for the game, because it was such an iconic mode, and it becoming lame and boring was just... it was pretty disheartening. So the game mode definitely needed a rebalance and needed some touch-ups, and, a remake and whatnot. And that's all fine and dandy. But the thing that I'm really here to focus on is the announcement that the TDS developers made today. Because like I mentioned, today the developers of Tower Defense Simulator have announced that Evolved Towers are finally coming to the game. Except they're going to be functioning a little bit differently than what they were originally advertised as. Because originally, the way that you were supposed to get Evolved Towers was by just grinding out gems and then buying the Evolved Towers in the shop for gems. But this time around, the Evolved Towers are going to be functioning a little bit differently, where instead of buying towers for gems, you have to grind XP, and as you get more and more XP, you're going to be able to level up your towers and make them more powerful and eventually evolve them into new forms. Now, it's not exactly certain if you're going to be using your own personal XP that you use to level up your character to also level up your towers. And, like, it's gonna be level-based, where, like, every level you get a certain amount of points and you invest those points into, like, upgrading your towers. Or if it's gonna be something like BTD 6, where every single tower is gonna have its own XP bar that you can just fill up by using that tower, and then you're gonna be able to, like, upgrade the tower with its own XP, like in BTD 6, like I said. But if I had to wager, it will probably be the latter option, where every single tower is gonna have its own, like, XP bar that you're gonna be able to fill up by using that specific tower only. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be that, just so that everyone starts out from scratch and, everyone has like an equal opportunity to level up their towers and, evolve them and whatnot, so that the pros, like the level 300s, don't just immediately unlock everything and just immediately make the game trivial. Now, I do have one concern about Evolve Towers, and it's a relatively minor concern. I'm not going to dwell on it super hard. But the concern is that I wonder how Evolve Towers are gonna pair up and function with Golden Towers. Because when the Vault Towers were first announced, basically the whole idea behind them was that they were going to replace Golden Skins. Like, Golden Skins were pretty much going to get scrapped, like, thrown out the fucking window, and they're going to be replaced with Evolve Towers. And I wonder if that's still going to be the case. I'm assuming not. I'm assuming that's not going to be the case. I'm assuming that Golden Towers and Evolve Towers are going to coexist. But if they do coexist, I wonder how they're going to coexist and interact together. Because, for example, Minigunner is both going to have like an Evolve Tower version and it's going to have a golden skin. So I wonder, like, are you only going to be able to pick one of the two? Or are you going to be able to have like both at the same time? Or like what's it going to look like, right? Like, are you going to both be able to like have an evolved Minigunner, a Juggernaut, and equip a golden skin on top of that? Or are you only going to be able to have an evolved Juggernaut or a golden Juggernaut, but not both at the same time? Like, I wonder how it's going to work. Because I'm assuming that at this point, the plan is not to scrap golden skins, right? Like, I'm assuming that in the modern day, the TDS developers are not planning to make Evolved Towers a replacement for Golden Towers, and instead they're trying to make them coexist, because Golden Towers have been a big part of the game for many, many, many years now, and so many players have golden skins that I think if the TDS developers just straight up removed golden skins and replaced them with Evolved Towers, there would be like some kind of a meltdown in the community, because I'd be pretty fucking mad if the Golden Towers that they spent so many hours grinding are just disappear overnight like that, But I do have a concern, because I fear that if they make it so that you can equip both a golden skin and an evolved tower at the same time, like if you're able to both evolve your minigunner and put a golden skin on it at the same time, I fear that might be too OP for the game and it might break its balance. But then I'm also kind of worried that if you're only going to be able to have one of them at a time, like if you're only going to be able to choose between a golden skin or an evolved tower, then I'm kind of concerned that golden skins are just going to become kind of obsolete, right? Like, I mean, people are still going to have them, but nobody's really going to use them, because I'm assuming the evolved towers will be like objectively better than golden skins, right? Like, I'm assuming that a maxed out max level evolved tower will objectively be better than the golden skin. So then I'm kind of concerned that, golden skins are just going to get phased out in meta, and they will just become completely useless and, completely outclassed. So I'm kind of excited to see what the plan is right there with how the Golden Towers and Evolved Towers are going to interact with each other. I'm excited to see what the developer's plan is for that, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I have faith that they're going to figure out something, but we'll see what that something is. But overall, I think this is really, really, really hype news for the game. I mean, listen, the hardcore rework was already really hype. It was looking really promising. It was looking really great. It was looking like it was gonna bring back hardcore and make it what it once was. Like a really threatening, really hard challenge. It was already looking promising, because it was going to bring back hardcore and make it the iconic game mode that it always was, instead of like a little baby puny game mode that it is today. So that already looked hype, but the fact that we're getting evolved towers on top of that, which have been teased for the past 6 years but have never actually come out, is just crazy to me. It is just absolutely crazy to me, and I'm really, really, really hyped to see how this pans out. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about these evolved towers. Let me know what your thoughts are, what your concerns are, because I'm sure that people have lots of things they want to say about these towers. I'm sure a lot of people are hyped. I'm sure a lot of people have some concerns. So let me know what you guys think about these towers and this update down in the comments below. Let me know if you're hyped for the hardcore rework or for the evolved towers or for both things, and yeah, with that out of the way, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later, and goodbye.